On Monday, 10% of the students at Dunkley Secondary School were absent and 90% were present. On Tuesday, 10% of those who were absent on Monday were present, and the rest of those absent on Monday were still absent. Also, 10% of those who were present on Monday were absent, and the rest of those present on Monday were still present. What percentage of the students at Dunkley Secondary School were present on Tuesday? All right, let's give some numbers. Let's say there's 100 students, and on Monday, 10% of those were absent. So 10 were absent. A for absent. And then 90% were present. So P for present, that means 90. Now we move on to Tuesday. 10% of those who were absent on Monday were present. So 10% of 10, which is 1. That is how many were present. So that 1 goes over here. And then the rest of those that were absent on Monday, which is 9, are still absent. So 9 goes here. Then we get into the next sentence. 10% of those who were present on Monday were absent. So 10% of that is 9. And then the rest of those that were present on Monday are still present. So the remaining 81 are still present. So in total on Tuesday, 18 are absent and 82 are present. So they're saying what percentage are present on Tuesday? So 82 over 100, which is 82%. So number 15, the answer is B. The diagram shows a square quilt that is made up of identical squares and two sizes of right-angled isosceles triangles. What percentage of the quilt is shaded? It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 5 square. So there's 5 of these little guys. 25 of them, right? It's 5 times 5, so that's 25. 25 of those little guys. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to treat each of those small squares as 2 units, and I'll explain why 2 units. Because if you notice, a lot of these shaded areas have just chopped the square in half, and I'll count those as 1. So if there's 25 squares, and I'm treating each square as 2, well, that means 25 times 2 is 50. 50 units. And each of these halves I will call 1. And then I'll count up all the halves. So 1, 1, 1, 1, wherever these are. Okay. That takes care of those guys. Now what about the ones that are fully shaded? Well, those are 2 units. So 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, we're taking care of those guys. Now we got this strange thing here. Well, not to worry, because that's just half. It's half the square. So that is also 1 unit, because each square I had called 2 units. So this is 1, this is 1, this is 1, and this is 1. So now all I have to do is add them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So when I add it all up, all those guys is 20. 20 units out of a total of 50 units. So 20 over 50 is my fraction percentage. And that's 2 over 5, and 2 over 5 as a percentage is 40%. So number 16, the answer is B. If 10% of S is T, then S equals. I always like to use a number. Let S be 100. 10% of S would therefore be 10. And that, they're saying, is equal to T. 10% of S is T. So now they're saying, what is S in terms of T? Well, S is obviously 10 times T. Right? If you use a number, I think it makes it a little bit easier. So number 15, the answer is D. X is 20% of 50. 40 is 20% of Y. 40 is Z percent of 50. What is X plus Y plus Z? X is 20% of 50. So X would be 0.2 times 50, and therefore X is 10. 40 is 20% of Y. So Y is 40 divided by 0.2, So therefore y would be 200. And then finally 40 is z percent of 50, so it'd be z over 100 times 50. So that makes it 40 is equal to z 0.5, and then z therefore is 80. Yeah, because 40 is 80% of 50. All right, so x plus y plus z, x is 10, y is 200, and z is 80. So that is 290. Number 19, the answer is D. Last Thursday, each of the students in M. Fermat's class brought one piece of fruit to the school. Each brought an apple, banana, or orange. In total, 20% of the students brought an apple, 35% brought a banana. If 9 students brought oranges, how many students are in the class? Apple, banana, and orange. So 20% brought an apple, 35% brought a banana, and 100 minus these two, which would be 45%, brought an orange. And they're telling me that that number is 9. So that means 0.45 of the total number, which I will call x, is equal to 9. And therefore x is equal to 9 over 0.45. And when you do that math, you get 20. So the total number of students in the class is 20. And just for the sake of completion, 35% of that would be 7. 20% of 20 is 4. And clearly 4 plus 7 plus 9 is 20. So it all adds up. Number 11, therefore, the answer is D. Chris received a mark of 50% on a recent test. Chris answered 13 of the first 20 questions correctly. Chris also answered 25% of the remaining questions on the test correctly. If each question on the test was worth 1 mark, how many questions in the total were on the test? Correct total. In the first 20, he scores 13 correct. Then in the next X questions, he gets 25% of them correct, so 0.25x. All right, and then when you add it all up, 13 plus 0.25x, which is the total correct, and over the total questions is 20 plus x, they're saying this overall average is 50%. So that's 1 over 2. All right, so this is the algebra. Cross multiply and get 2x plus 0.5x, and on the other side you get 20 plus x. So it'll be 6 is equal to 0.5x. X is therefore equal to 12. So the total number of questions on the test were 20 plus 12, and that is equal to 32. So number 19, the answer is C. On a science test, Janine got 80% of the 10 multiple choice questions correct and 70% of the 30 short answer questions correct. What percentage of the 40 questions on the test did she answer correctly? So 80% of the 10 questions and 70% of the 30 questions. So that's 8 plus 21. So that's 29 that she got correct. So 29 of the 40 total is what she got. And as a percentage, that is 72.5%. So number 17, the answer is B. The diagram shows a square quilt that is made up of identical squares and 2 sizes of right-angled isosceles triangles. What percentage of the quilt is shaded? The quilt is made up of these squares, right? For example, this is a tiny square, and all the squares are the same. So there's 25 squares, right? 5 times 5. 25 squares. Now each of these squares, I'm going to treat each square as 2 triangles. So 20 times 2, 50 of these triangles. Okay? Now I say, why did you do that? Well, because the shaded areas, a lot of them are triangles. That will help me. So all the ones that are triangles, I will give them a value of 1. 1, 1, like that. And then I can count them up at the end. Okay. Now the squares that are fully shaded, that actually gets a value of 2. It's 2 triangles. So 2, 2, 2, and 2. Now we have to look at this guy. What about that guy? That's a little different, right? It's not a triangle in the sense or in the shape of this guy, and it's also not a fully shaded square. But you can see that it is half of a square. The way it's been shaded, half of it has been shaded. So it really behaves as a 1. I hope that makes sense. So 1, 1, 1, 1. So now all I have to do is just add up my numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 20 over this, which was my full sum, is my fraction. And that's a percentage, or as a percentage, 2 over 5 is 40%. So number 13, the answer is B. Triangle ABC has side lengths 6, 8, and 10 as shown. Each of the side lengths of triangle ABC is increased by 50%, forming a new triangle DEF. The area of DEF is. This triangle ABC has side lengths 8, 6, and 10. And we're going to increase each of those by 50%. So this now becomes 12, this becomes 9, and this becomes 15. And this is still a Pythagorean relationship because it's a right angle. So they want the area of this new triangle. All right, no problem. 1/2 base times height. The base is 9 and the height is 12. So that looks like 9 times 6, which is 54. And therefore, number 11, the answer is E. Sarah goes to the bookstore and wants to buy a book that is originally priced at $100. Which of the following options gives her the best discount? Okay, let's calculate. A discount of 20, so you take 0.8 and multiply it by 100, and that's 80. Discount of 10%, so that'd be 0.9 times 100, which is 90. And then another discount of 10%, so you take that 90 and multiply it by 0.9, like that. And that would result in 81. So this is 81. Same thing for C, 15, so 0.85 times 100, and that gives me 85. And then a discount of 5%, so 0.95 times 85, and that gives me 80.75. And then the last one, discount of 5%, so 0.95 times 100, which is 95. And then 15% discount would be 0.85, and then times that 95, and that gives me 80.75. So which one of these is the lowest? Is it 80, 81, 80.75, or 80.75? Well, obviously the lowest is 80. So the answer is A for number 18.